Greetings everyone, my name is Reavill, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. It's that time again. I've reached the 300 episode milestone of this entire LP series. Once again, I can't thank you enough viewers for your continued support. Without it, I would have ended the series much earlier. During these past 299 episodes, I've covered at least 1800 levels and counting. So to celebrate this milestone, I'll be covering one level from every level designer currently on my 2 playlist, barring 6 exceptions. I'll be listing those in the description below. That means I'll be covering 35 levels in total. Anyways, it's time to get started with this stage. Rebecca Gallantree Diving Pool by Adrian Reavill, with 8 plays and a score of 1. I'll be going through the list of level designers in ascending alphabetical order. Because of the sheer number of levels I have to cover, I'll likely separate this celebration into at least 3 episodes. Although depending on how long the levels take, I may end up splitting this episode into 2 parts. Second up is Hell's Hole by Amazemaker, with 8 plays and a score of 2. This level is shorter than what I expected it to be. So far so good. Oh, so that thing in the background is actually a spike. I thought that was just a background decoration. See these things? These are actually spikes. Honestly, I would have picked a different spike for this stage. One that stands out more from the background. So far not too difficult. Yet, that is. I'll make a beeline for that E-tank. And do a quick reset so I don't need to go backtrack there. Treble boost. Alright, now the spikes are more obvious. Wasn't too bad, but this is the harder part, probably. Now I need to be careful not to activate these force beams, or run right into them. At least now I know how to get through this section. I'd rather do this to bypass this challenge. Otherwise, this stage wasn't that difficult, especially in comparison with Amazemaker's previous stages that I played on stream. Still, this was solid. Double ring, man. No, it doesn't really have a weakness, but I'll use the triple shot properties anyways. But now I lose access to treble boost. So now I have to rely on atomic fire. Okay, he actually has a weakness. Now I understand why. Each ringman has a separate weakness. That way varies out the boss fight a bit. Otherwise, I'd say this was a decent level. Third up is Long Hard Castle by Cheba, with 10 plays and a score of 0. For a stage that's named Long, the loading time wasn't really long. This is gonna take a few attempts to get. I'm almost certain of this. I'll give it 2 more goes, then I'll just skip past this. Now I just need to hit a checkpoint. Oh no, these sets of challenges now. I believe the biggest problems are going to be the ambos and the killer bullets. These are actually ladders. For a second there, I thought that was part of the background. I should have checked there for any pop-up attackers. There could have been one down there. No need for an extra life. I'll just use a checkpoint here and reset. Not sure why we need the extra bombs down there. Nah, I won't go for the E-tank there, I don't really need it. It's too risky anyways. Checkpoint placement of this stage, I say, is good. First boss battle. Going for a second sweep? That's odd. One more round of shots should do him in, but I doubt that's the end of the level. Yeah, I knew this stage wouldn't be over yet. There's probably 2 more sections and 2 more boss battles. Thanks to a free tank here. The 2 checkpoints were really closely spaced with each other. Something tells me I want to stand near the center here. And I see spikes down over there, so that's the reason. Nah, I won't go for it, too risky. Even that section wasn't too bad. The biggest problem in this section are gonna be the killer bullets, more than anything else. And grabbing onto the ladder, I was worried that was gonna happen once. I do like how this stage has optional E-tanks which promote skilled play, without being too overbearingly hard. No, I don't want to repeat this section, so I'll just go over here. I have enough E-tanks to spare anyways. The remaining boss battles shouldn't be too difficult. There's even another free tank down over there for some reason. As well as some life pickups, so there's probably a boss behind this door. And the boss is Nightman. Mainly because of those enemies below, more than anything else. This is where I want to use an E-tank. Now moving on to the last section of the stage. At least I hope it's the last section. Honestly, I didn't expect this stage to be that generous, especially as it's considered to be hard. Yep, this looks to be the final part of the level. Shademan and Nightman duo. He even drops an E-Tank as well. Shademan's even easier here without Nightman to assist him. The stage isn't over yet though. What could be on the right side? And that's it, that was Longhard Castle. Not as long as I expected, and not as hard as I expected. In fact, I say the hardest part of the stage was the first section and inside the castle. Fourth up is Outer Level by CODIJOYN with 7 plays and a score of 2. Another stage is around 20 to 30 screens long. Once again, I wish the intro of the stage actually showed the estimated number of screens the stage has. And for once, I actually started with some special weapons. I was hoping I could cross the gap there. I'll ignore that, I don't really need it. This is a fairly neat setup. Also, you can save yourself by damage boosting here. Another plus to make it a bit easier. Fairman was somewhat cooperative here. Fifth up is Wily Tower Defense by Croby. As expected with a Croby level, I started with a near full arsenal of special weapons. What Croby level doesn't start you off with near full arsenal of special weapons? Huh, I thought the Rain Flash would work better against the Sniper Joes. The easy button for this section. Well, this is hilarious. Well, that was super easy. But is there something up over there? There is. It's a split pathway, that's neat. It rewards more skilled players. The wind here is super strong. Now it's a bit weaker. Even weaker still here. And this is where the two pathways link up with each other, I guess. Never mind, it's an optional route, but how do I even get it? I need something like the rush jet. Nevertheless, on to the last part of the level. Acid Rain works decently against him. Stage isn't over yet though. Now we're under the underwater laboratory, I guess. So far I think this is an okay level, but considering Croby's past stages, this is a marked improvement. It isn't the best level made by Croby, I played that during a live episode, but certainly one of the better ones. Well, this is very straightforward to get. I thought we need to do this item tree here. It could have been a skill challenge. Could have put a Yashiki here instead, to speed up the process. I wish Yashiki spawners are added in a future update. But this works equally well against both of them, so I'll spam this. That's it, E-Tank time. I was pushing it there. Sixth up is Fortified Labratory Perfect Run by Zhou with 8 plays and a score of -1. I'm gonna put this out right now, but most likely I will not be able to complete this stage normally, especially as I have to perfect run it. Taking damage anywhere here is instant death. And I wish there was a checkpoint over here too. And if you get cornered, you're stuck. So I can definitely see why this stage got a negative score. It's very skill intensive, and most players will not be able to pull this one off. I say this one for Kaizo players. I'll give it one more go, then I'll just hop into the level editor. I'm terrible with these kinds of levels, and I want to get over to the other Veer submitted levels. This episode's already gonna be so long that I'm gonna have to split it into 3 smaller episodes. That was my bad. The improved tiptoeing controls added in the recent update are super helpful here. Didn't stand right there. I wasn't anywhere close to completing the level actually. And it probably gets harder from here on out too. Are there even any checkpoints here? Alright, there is one over here. There was probably one earlier that I overlooked, but otherwise, this stage is quite brutal. I think there's only one checkpoint in the stage, just before the boss battle. And yikes, this can be quite a problem to complete. And even then, you don't insta-get the boss once you get at the end. You actually have to defeat the boss normally using the Thunder Beam. I'm sure Shape Man is weak to the Thunder Beam, but still, you can get so close to the end and end up dying anyways. Definitely designed for much more skilled Mega Man Maker players and Kaizo players. 7th up is Space Station by Dr. White with 33 plays and a score of 9. A bit of a longer loading time. This stage is probably about 30 to 40 screens long. Liking the green color scheme going on. Green foreground and background tile sets. Nice way to introduce these gimmicks, as well as the enemies too. Whenever I hear Galaxy Man's team now, I always think of Magmal 2, rather than Mega Man 9. I probably need this. I'm almost sure there's a secret to the right, or an optional route. Otherwise, why put the block over here? And my suspicions held true. Either this is actually the way to go, or actually it's the optional pathway, where you get an extra E-tank. A reward for more attentive players. Oh goody, magma beams. And red force beams, can't forget them too. And these crystal sniper enemies. I wanna try something. Sequence breaking a bit. That's why damage boosting is amazing in most Mega Man games. We're now essentially in Astroman's level, slowly introducing us to the doors, and now the actual switches. As well as a lone spring over there, so foreshadowing the next screen. In fact, by using the Rabbitron in the previous screen, it showed how it can bounce higher on top of the springs. Would have expected the force beams to start firing faster. Then again, this stage is on the easier side. At least I have the tools to destroy them here. Oh, how I love the Black Hole Bomb. Especially its upgraded version in Magma 1, where it could suck up force beams. Only the Mega Buster here. Is this the last part of the level? Or is this just a mini-boss? The boss team makes it sound like it's the final boss of the level. At least I take double damage from the Buster. And defeating one defeats the other. In fact, I think the other one was immune to the Buster. So overall, I like this stage, one of my more favorite ones in this episode so far. Atop is Castlevania Level 1 Tree Hidden Keys by Excalibur Emerald, with 25 plays and a score of 6. Probably going to be a redux of the first stage from Castlevania 1. Starting us off with the Thunderclaw and the Laser Trident. Let me take a look at the left side here, there's probably a secret. And lo and behold, there is. And that's the first of the 3 hidden keys. I need to be on the lookout for all 3 of them. In fact, this is the point of no return, so I gotta be careful. Unless there's a teleporter that leads back over there, but I doubt it. And I need to be really careful as Poor Man takes double damage here. Skullman. Look how much damage the skull bullets do. See what I mean? You can get 3 or 4 shot by it. It feels like Proto Man has tissue paper armor in this level. The reason why we start with the Thunderclaw on this level is because it replicates the whip. It's best to play defensively for this battle. Not the best place to teleport out of, that's jieuxx enemy placement, and jieuxx exit teleporter placement. Especially for low on health, because there's no life pickups there. And by defeating him, I get the second key as well as the Mega Ball. At least put a large life pickup after defeating the boss or something. Checkpoint was right over here, I should have actually activated it earlier. And I was holding right there, but guess it didn't activate the way I intended it to. Whoops, I accidentally quick reset a bit too early. No matter, I needed to do it anyways. The Spring Men are extremely dangerous in this level, by far. I have a hunch there's a secret down over here. And I was right, the third hidden key is probably here somewhere. Some timing based challenges. Using a Thunderclaw, of course. How are you supposed to pull that one off? Oh, I have to flip over to the other side too. This is gonna be a bit tricky. Oh my goodness, this is going to be kind of a nightmare. Is there a way to get past this section if you get stuck down here? Or am I trapped? If I'm trapped, well, that's kind of jerkish. There should have been an exit teleporter then. And I'm back over here. I decided not to recollect the 2 keys I already had, as I can't unlock the final door anyways. The final secret door, that is. Frankly, the hardest part of the stage is Skullman, as well as the Springman. No wonder why we get so many freebie E-tanks in this stage. That makes up for the double damage I take. And another main reason why we have the Thunderclaw is to replicate Simon Belmont's whip. Specifically to replicate the one from Super Castlevania 4. Now let's see what's up over there. Actually, I need to use the Mega Ball. Oh well, that's probably where the final secret is. And there's the final boss battle against Shademan. Overall, I found this to be an okay level, although it needs some work with the enemy placement, and some design elements. For example, moving some of the exit teleporters and adding an extra exit teleporter for that final section, in case you get stuck. At least the final battle against Shademan is very easy. I decided to come back here and post just to see how difficult it is to get to turn the final key in full, and see what the reward is for collecting all the 3 keys at the end of the level. However, as I'm not skilled enough to get it normally, I decided to give myself access to the NATO. If only I was more skilled with the use of the Mega Ball, then I could have done this normally. And be careful not to hit any of the other extra switches, otherwise you'll be forced to repeat that section. We regained the special weapons we lost earlier, but now we need to fight Ferroman. Honestly, much easier than the battle against Skullman. Now I can proceed onwards to the last part of the level. And it's not that far ahead, so I won't do any jump cuts here. But gosh, that one section is simply put the hardest part of the stage. And sadly there's no way to exit it once you get stuck down there. So if you're not skilled enough, you're essentially soft-locked. Here's the fun way of getting up there. Now let's see what's behind these 3 doors. A double boss battle against Shademan and Astroman. Well, at least the life drain doesn't deal double damage to me, and both Roadmasters take double damage from my weapons. And it's over. That's the secret route. Only designed for more skilled players, as that section is a significant difficulty spike compared with everything else in the level. Ninth up is Concrete Platforming by Fantomp, with 17 plays and a score of 2. Going to be a shorter level, I see, and it's going to focus on using the concrete platforms. Oh, the background is a bit eye-glaring. I wish they chose a different background, especially for this kind of stage which focuses more on precision. At least the checkpoint placement is frequent here. Well, that wasn't too bad, actually. That was my bad. I held too far on the controller. Oh, I see. Okay, I don't know how the concrete platform works like that. I wish there was a better tutorial for that. And don't worry, I'll cut off some of my failures so you don't have to see me repeatedly fail through this challenge. So I need to be right next to the block for it to work like that. So now I know how to consistently do it. I need to be right inside the block, or at least Mega Man's Buster needs to be right inside the block so it stacks on top of each other. I wish that was made a bit clearer. On to the next part of the stage. Don't worry, I'll edit out most of the failures. Otherwise, you'll see me repeatedly stuck in sections for 3 minutes at a time. Essentially, I'm doing this in reverse now, making a downward stare. Oh, I actually needed it too. I don't think that's the way you're supposed to do it, but hey, I won't complain. These previous challenges, I'm not exactly liking. Especially mainly due to the engine and its inconsistencies. See, I like the ideas behind it, but I just wish there was a better tutorial stage for it. At least the checkpoint placement is frequent here, which is quite appropriate, as it's quite easy to die over here. Oh no, I see what I need to do here. This is going to be a problem, as it can get stuck down in these holes. And good luck trying to fire in these holes. This is definitely designed for more skilled Mega Man Maker players. And now the stage is lagging for some reason. Here I'm in the level editor. I decided to call it quits here as I got stuck here trying to ferry over the firemen for over 10 minutes, and the stage just got laggier and laggier for whatever reason. Simply put, for the majority of the level I did not have fun, due to a combination of engine issues, drop button inputs, and the fact of how you can chain together or stack together the concrete blocks not being made that apparent unless you already know how it works. You need to know that, otherwise this stage is a pain to do, and it gets harder from here on out, so because of it, I did not have any fun. I was really near the end though. 10th up is Roadmaster Book 1 Prototype version by Game Master Man, with 9 plays and a score 3. Another short level, hopefully much easier than the previous one. So I need to defeat all the 4 RMs in each one of the teleporters. First up is Nightman. Does he have a weakness though? Nope, he doesn't. So back to the Mega Buster. That was easy. I think none of these bosses actually have weaknesses, so I'll rely just on a Mega Buster. Though for Nightman, I want to test something out. That's the fun way of doing it. Next up is probably Tornado Man, looking at the background, or Woodman. No, it's actually Crash Man. Just a series of regular old boss arenas, nothing more to say about this stage. There's nothing really distinct about each of these boss arenas, like what happened in Buster's level. At least in those, each of the boss arenas were different. That's all 4 down, so that means the end of the level. This stage just existed, but these are just the prototype Roadmasters anyway, so it makes sense. 11th up is GHY 5Y6 Kaizo Race by Gabe1456 with 17 plays and a score of -2. First and foremost, I will not be able to complete this stage normally. I'll try my best a few times, then I'll just go over to the level editor. It's a Kaizo level true on true. See what they did there? Not sure what I got killed by there. Probably an invisible spike, or I keep getting clipped by the corner. Alright, I kept getting clipped by the corner. Oh, I have to do in these squares. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. But I survived it. It took over 5 dozen attempts to make it past that mini section. Thank goodness it's over. I even made it to the boss battle against Tornado Man. I'm surprised I did it. And he's super weak to the Mega Buster. It's over. In all honesty, this is one of the easier Kaizo levels, once you get used to how the Thunderclaw works. 12th up is Palace Frozen in Time version extra by Gokuless, with 37 plays and a score of 5. If this stage is anything like its original version, this stage will be over 70 screens long, and it'll have 2 routes, a Mega Buster route and a Weapon Capsule Relay chain route. I'll play through the second route, and I'll try out the first route if it has any major differences. Probably not. First special weapon we get is a Flame Sword. And now we have a choice. Either go to the right and avoid getting the Blizzard attack and take the Mega Buster only route, or go down over here and start the Weapon Capsule Relay route. As this is a relay route, if you miss one special weapon in a chain, you're locked out of the rest of the route. The previous special weapon is required for getting the next special weapon in the chain. And when I say special weapon, I'm also including utilities like Item Tree. And that's how we also get the Blizzard attack. But I accidentally destroyed the block over there, so let's try it again. It's like YouTube Social HD 2's levels, but taken much further. And there is a secret down over there. I believe it's Portaman, but I don't want to risk going down over there because it's a tight squeeze. Wish these checkpoints reset. Those ceiling jumps, that's what I was worried about. And timing this can be a slight problem. I got on my second attempt here. There probably is a checkpoint up ahead, but once I go there, I'll be stuck past the point of no return. In the original level, that section was a bit of a pain as well. That same ceiling jump still persists. And I don't think I can just slide jump off of it. Whoops, almost forgot. I do also like how this stage is filled with weapon castle respawners, so it heavily incentivizes you to use their special weapons often. Alright, I need that weapon block there. In this stage, Iron Tree is getting a lot of mileage. Something's up over there, I think. But I can't reach it, sadly. So back down we go. Should I go for it? Sure, let's take the risk. Wasn't that much of a risk in the first place, actually. So far, the Mega Buster route is mostly shared with the Weapon Castle Relay route. In effect, the Mega Buster route is the fallback route. You go through it regardless if you want all the special weapons or not. Well, that was super risky. I just thought I was gonna die once there. Geez, the blockies deal quite a bit of contact damage. Wait a minute, am I missing something? That was kind of deliberate, but I think I'm missing the air shooter somewhere. In fact, there's an upper route right over here, so I'm suspicious. Unless it's supposed to loop back over there. I want to take a look. If it leads over to a boss door, I'll just quick reset back. Yeah, there is an air shooter block there. The air shooter's probably at the end of that section, but I wasn't sure enough. It also seems that the blocky's contact damage of the individual blocks isn't that high. It's only when you hit the blocky when it's fully formed where you take a lot of contact damage. So that's essentially the loopback point. I got confused with this boss door, that's all. Oh no. No thank you, I'm cheesing you. And lo and behold, there's the air shooter. I should have just gone past this section, but the door made me a bit worried. Made me worried that it's a point of no return. And that's why I want air shooter. But something's up over there, I'm sure of it. It just looks so suspicious. Of course it respawns. I was hoping it wouldn't happen, but of course it did. Let's try this again. I'm almost sure there's a goodie hiding there. The two platforms being here is going to be a bigger problem. Well, that wasn't too bad, and I get a free E-tank. So that was a secret. I wish this was a jieuxx instead though, so it wasn't as slow. And back over here, which we already saw. I will go there, but first let me hit this checkpoint. Now time to get the rush jet. Gallantree is always at the end of the list. I always keep thinking it's at the beginning of the list. I also like how each section is dedicated to the use of each special weapon. An M-Tank, full restores, once again could be a jieuxx, and then a checkpoint too. I'll get rush jet at the end of this section, by the way. Pretty easy way back, all things considered. In the original version of the level, it was more difficult. This one went by a lot more swimmingly. Now back onto the main pathway. But what's to the left? I know it's a rush jet segment, but I'm just curious. What else is here? Outside of that first slowdown period, it wasn't too bad. It was easier than the original where I died repeatedly. If anything, Gallantree is the MVP of this level. Magma Bazooka, and that's the final special weapon in the chain, so it's the boss's weakness. The Flame Sword is probably the secondary weakness of the boss. Overall, this was a solid level. Definitely better than the original. I say that this was a decent to almost good level, 7 out of 10. 13th up is Bullethell Sewers, Red Blocks Are Safe by Hapax with 33 plays and a score of 6. I have no special weapons or any weapons for that matter, so I'm gonna have to rely on my dodging skills. If I stand over here, none of the bullets can actually hit me. For most of these bullet hell levels, there are no spots where you are completely safe from everything. My slide jump didn't work. Oh well, checkpoint is only about 1 minute away. And that death was mainly my fault more than anything else. This stage is honestly on the fairer side. Areas where it's safe to stand are clearly marked on the level. Getting to the red blocks though, that's the hard part. And gradually there are fewer and fewer red blocks in the level. I don't really need that jieuxx, but that's helpful for those in a Wily challenge run. That's a neat boss encounter. In fact, this entire stage was quite neat. 14th up is Fan Woman by jieuxx74 with 9 plays and a score of 1. Of course the bosses win, man. Let's go through this stage as base. After all, he hasn't been featured much in this episode so far. And as is a level by jieuxx, I start out with a full arsenal of special weapons. And already you can see what the main gimmick of the level is going to be, or at least one of them. I even have 3 copies of Treble Boost to make my life a bit easier. Good checkpoint placement. Didn't notice the Fan Fiend over there. Whoops. Oh yeah, I was right over the spike there. I'm getting the feeling that the boss's weakness is going to be the drill bomb. Just a hunch. This section is a lot more hazardous if you're playing through it as either Mega Man or Proto Man. Now it's like the opposite of the upper section. I believe that Base is the easy mode version of the level, and Proto Man is essentially the hard mode version. Now, if you're playing as either Mega Man or Proto Man, you do need the Fan Fiends in order to cross the gaps. Checkpoint density and placement is on point though. Once again, this would be harder to get if I was playing as any of the other characters. For a moment there, I was worried that was a bottomless pit. That's usually what the drop shadows are used for. But there was nowhere else to go, so I decided to take the plunge. Full Yoshiki, so there was no need to conserve my weapon energy. Well, not as much need. His weakness is probably an earth-based weapon. is the Wild Coil. Overall, this was a decent level, pretty well constructed, and the aesthetics were good. I say it's also almost good. 15th up is Storm Powerplant by Lenny, with 15 plays and a score of 1. It's better to use my Mega Buster against these enemies. Pretty easy to nabby tank, as long as you know how the concrete shot works. Not sure why the enemy is facing that direction. It was completely defenseless. Introducing us to the switches and doors. Once it goes up over there, pressing the switch again will not bring it back down. You need to hit the gray reset switch. Overall, this was a pretty straightforward puzzle, only a minor risk of getting crushed. Come on, I know I can make it. Nope, I guess not. At least I still maintain the E&M tanks. I'm not sure if that's even possible to get. I guess that was there as a trap. I like how the state is going for a more slower-paced, puzzle-oriented feel, while still being accessible to most players. And there are plenty of small pickups. Just make sure you don't run out of concrete block energy when you fall down there, otherwise you are soft locked. I think I'm nearing the end though. I see this boss door. This was a neat puzzle-oriented level, although I question why we need the doors on both sides of this arena. 16th up is Space Travel 2 Part 4 Statric Normal by Labratory with 27 plays and a score of 4. Going to be a longer level, at least 50 screens long. And even though it's labeled as being a normal level, but remember, this is the patio. Some of the levels they labeled as normal are harder than some of the levels they labeled as hard. I guess I have to damage boost through the gates. Never mind, I just need to wait. Damage boosting is much faster though. I do love the infinite usage of the jet adapter though. That's fun. This is gonna be scary. I knew there'd be something like this over here. In fact, the Trouble Boost is an upgrade compared to the jet adapter. I don't think I'm forced to get it, but I'll get it anyway. I'd rather have the increased firepower as well. Sadly, it seems I can't activate the count bombs while in Trouble Boost form. You can get by this section with regular old Mega Man, but I'd rather do it with the Trouble Boost. That was a bit of an odd screen transition there. Somehow the screen got locked. So far so good. This stage is kinda unique as it forces you to use either the treble boost or the jet adapter for the majority of the level, as most of the stage takes place over a bottomless pit. At least these fans aren't too strong. For those initial ones, you can avoid waiting for the Yoko blocks, but for these you do need to wait, I think. Out of all the Space Travel 2 levels I've played so far by the patio, this is definitely the easiest one. If anything, Treble Boost is the easy mode version of this level, whereas using the jet adapter is the hard mode version. Definitely a pleasant level so far. Two separate routes, either as Mega Man or Base. Probably if I was playing as Mega Man, I'd gain access to something else, probably an extra E-Tank. This section is definitely built for Base. Now I gotta be careful not to destroy the ground beneath me. This time I'll wait up over here. The frequency of all these checkpoints and all these shikis makes the stage much easier. For this boss battle we're forced to use the jet adapter as Mega Man, as otherwise Base could easily cheese the boss battle. I can do 2 shots per cycle, maybe 3 if I push it. A pretty pleasant stage overall, not too challenging. 17th up is Hidden Cave by Magic Man Mate, with 12 plays and a score of 1. Freebie tank. Is there something to the right? Nope. Instead, it's a leap of fate, perhaps in his spikes. At least there's a checkpoint right over here. I wonder what this key is used for. It's for unlocking base. I'll stick with Mega Man for this level. That wasn't really much of a challenge. Checkpoint Destiny stage is on the more generous side, but I'll take it any day over overly stingy stages. Probably gonna be on the lookout for surprise shield attackers. There's the second one. I would have liked if there was an extra reward if you kept the key until the end, like an extra E or M tank. We get an infinite weapon energy against Stone Man. That's not really necessary. Oh, now that I think about it, it is necessary, as the Mega Buster doesn't work. Overall, this stage kind of just existed for me. 18th up is Nature Man by Mega Man Wrath of Wily, with 16 plays and a score of 1. A bit of a riskier initial section. I almost died twice there. At least I felt I almost died twice. And there I died because I underestimated how strong the wind was there. Moral of the story here, be careful when jumping. One of these Yoga Block challenges I see. At least there's a checkpoint right at the end. So far, this level's design focuses more on platforming challenges than enemies. Although the difficulty balancing feels a bit off, this is easier than the Yoko Block room, and that one room with the wind in it. Essentially, this stage had an inconsistent difficulty curve, and now we have an extra empty boss corridor for some reason. And in fact, this is the end of the level. While this stage just existed, it was below par, and didn't really execute well on any of its gimmicks, in addition to the earlier problems I outlined. 19th up is Activated Missile Base by Megajon, with 22 plays and a score of 1. Already this stage's aesthetics look better than the previous ones. Maybe not better, but more aesthetically pleasing and interesting. Now, even though this stage uses a combination of foreground tiles from various stages, and the combination does look a bit awkward at places, awkward and messy, it still looks more visually pleasing than the previous level. I knew there'd be one of these secrets. Whenever you have these rolling drills chewing up terrain on the sides of the levels, make sure to check out the newly opened up hole. Okay, that's a death trap. Overall, I'm finding this level to be currently okay. It's a bit messy with its enemy usage and gimmicks, but I still find it more interesting than the previous level. So this is okay to below par. Halfway point, that was the mini-boss. It does feel like I'm invading a military base. If anything, this stage's main gimmicks are count bombs, jet bombs, and rolling drills. Although only the count bombs and jet bombs are used particularly well, or actually okay. The rolling drills were barely used in the level, only at the starting sections. So overall this stage was below par to okay. 28 up is Tornado Man Tower by Mega Gamer 11 with 23 plays and a score of 2. I'll go to the stage as Protoman. Protoman has barely got any screen time in this episode. I'm surprised Nature Man didn't include these enemies. They'd be a perfect fit. Nice way of introducing them over a relatively safe environment. This part of the stage looks a bit empty. There's even a free E-tank over there and nothing guarding it. Could have introduced this over a safer environment. Then again, this stage may be going for a more fortress feel anyways. In that case, I retract my complaint. I knew dudes would pop up eventually. Checkpoint density is on a generous side. Now in the tower proper. Pretty easy to get secret overall because it's pretty obvious. I'm not going to the left. It's too risky, but there's probably another secret there. Second boss, Crystal Man. There's probably 2 more bosses before the final boss, or at least 1 more boss. It seems each of the rooms has their own set of gimmicks. Like this one had the fire bars and the punch blocks, and this has force beams. This section is really easy as you can easily despawn the shield attackers. That was a pretty short series of screens. You could make these tower sections or the sections between each boss battle a bit longer. So far I'm liking this stage aesthetically, but otherwise it's super easy. Maybe not super easy, but definitely on the easier side. Instead of one room focusing on a set of challenges, have one section between each boss battle focus on a set of challenges. That way the stage can build up on the gimmicks it introduced, and have one final section that combines usage of all the gimmicks and enemies we've seen throughout the tower, before we face off against Tornado Man. But that's this level done. It was okay, but just existed, I'd say. But I like the base idea behind it.